Greetings and salutations, my friends, and welcome back. Today's video, I want to talk to you about how I waste all your money on drugs and hookers. No, seriously, I need to make a video update for Patreon because my last video on Patreon, you know, the one that explains what it's about, is like 4 years old. Some of the data in that video is somewhat unreliable in the fact that at that point I had a girlfriend, which I don't have anymore, but which I have another one now. I've upgraded, if you will, and it's lots going on. So I'm just going to go into it first and just chat to you about sort of what's been going on. As many of you know, this is not my house, but it's a rented house. I did a big move 6 months ago. Cost me lots of money because moving. I haven't done it for ages, and you forget how just terrifying and horrible moving was. And I didn't even have much stuff. I had to buy loads of stuff for this house and everything, but this is all good for the future and stuff. So what I wanted to talk to you is like, just basically because I think it's important. I don't give money to people where I think they're just pissing the money away or whatever. And you guys have been incredibly supportive for the last 5 years. Some of you have been Patreon since I started it, and I wanted to make it clear where all the money's going. So as you know, I've been saving for the last few years towards buying my own house. It was like not sure of the location because the cost of houses in England is just extortionate. Then I started even looking into America or Canada or even like staying where I was in Northern Ireland because the house is a lot cheaper and stuff like this. And lots going on, lots of saving happening. And then I met someone, a lovely lady called Emma. A few of you have sort of seen her in the comments and in the background of streams and stuff. But she's amazing, and she lives up in basically the north coast of Northern Ireland. So once it was clear that we were like madly in love with each other, which was quite quickly, the plan changed somewhat. The plan was to stay in Northern Ireland, which was an option anyway. I've lived here for 10 years. I love it, and it's beautiful. It's a bit wet. It's a little bit cold, but the people have always been lovely to me, and it's beautiful and cheap. If I wanted to buy a house in Bournemouth, let's say a 3-bedroom semi-detached, like a sort of medium house, in like a just sort of standard smallish one, I'm not exactly sure, but the prices in England, in Bournemouth, within an hour of Bournemouth, is going to be 300, 350, 400k for a small semi-detached house. In Northern Ireland, it's 150,000. It's quite a difference, and when you've experienced that, it's really hard to go to the other one. So obviously me and Emma have been talking tons about our plans and everything. I'm just going to continue saving, so any money that I have that you guys give me that is not spent on living and dogs and just getting on with it, all goes into the savings. I think the cost of the move and everything that I had to buy, because I literally had nothing, so I had to buy TVs and wardrobes and cupboards and coffee tables and rugs and all sorts of stuff, and the move cost me about 4 grand in total, which I'm okay with because about 3 of that is in stuff that I will take to the next house, like the TVs and stuff like this, and the couch that I bought, and the bed that I bought, and all those sort of things. They're all ready to when I eventually do buy a house, so it's not like written off money. Obviously, but we've started talking about a new plan, which is build a house. Building a house is a lot easier in Northern Ireland than it is in England, which is nightmare fuel, having tried to get planning permission before. Don't want to go into that. But like that could be a very much possibility because what our plan is, so my original plan was to buy the house and then start, like, not rescue sanctuary for dogs. I don't want to call it rescue sanctuary. It's more of like an old dogs home for unwanted older dogs. We've all seen them on Dogs Trust and RSPCA. We get the old dog, 9 years old, and I can totally understand that as a dog owner, you might not want to get the older dog. You only get to spend a few years with it. It's going to cost a lot of money in vet bills and stuff. And these dogs tend to, especially when you hear about like a little Jack Russell that's been with its owner for 15 years, and the 95-year-old guy has died, and this Jack Russell's just kind of got nothing. It's like we want to help those out by having a house that's big enough that I don't care about the size of the house, but a bit of land that's big enough that we can take in a few dogs, work with local charities, maybe some, because I've done a bit of training and stuff, that work with local charities, so maybe I can sort of help get other dogs used to dogs before they get rehomed, you know, work on these dogs before they get rehomed, or just provide a place for like an 11-year-old golden retriever that's not got a home, just to have a couple of years of its life just relaxed with a big garden and dogs to play with. That sounds fucking perfect. Admittedly, I am opting in to a massive amount of dog death. This is the one downside of deciding to open an old dog sanctuary, is there's going to be a lot of death, which is going to be an event. But yeah, so with, obviously the big thing is I'm still looking for, I'm still saving money. That's the biggest thing as a YouTuber, as someone who earns most of my money off things like Patreon and donations and stuff. You want to try and get a mortgage based on your job, and your job is donations. You're a charity. You're not a charity, but you're a charity. But people just give you money, and the Patreon thing. What do they pay for? But they don't get anything. Yeah, trying to explain that to anybody over 40 in the accounting industry, or anybody in the accounting industry, is a hellish nightmarescape. So I won't be able to borrow as much and everything like this, and so, but we're working towards it. There's no rush. Obviously, I'm hoping that in the next probably in the next year or so, that me and Emma can move in, and it'll probably be a rented house, but somewhere a little bit sort of nicer. She's got a kid and stuff, so we want lots of space for him and the garden and stuff. So, and then start working on either buying or building a house. I kind of like the idea of building, because I don't want a fancy house. I don't even want a 2-story house. I want a big bungalow that's open plan, has some bedrooms, a little loft for like a games room or whatever, but also like a catio, because the biggest change of the plans is that now it's not just about dogs. It was never just about dogs, to be fair. Like, I love all animals, but Emma is, whereas I'm the crazy dog person, she's the crazy cat lady, and she is just as crazy about cats as I am about dogs. It's like meeting your perfect partner, and she does a lot of work with charities already and rescues kittens and feeds kittens. Like, I find it's one of the biggest things I admire about her, is that taking on week-old kittens where you have to get up every 3 hours and there's a high risk of them dying for no reason because it's just really difficult. And yeah, so going forward, we will be doing a little bit of cat rescue and working with cats as well, and it'll have its own YouTube channel. But it's lots of stuff going on, but like, it feels like nothing's changed, but really we're still working towards it. I've after the move, that expense that I had, I've saved money, and that I've sort of got caught back up to where I was before and stuff like that. And I've just got to say, like, it's not remotely possible for me to do any of this, not just saving, but even as a job, if it wasn't for two things, and that's people that subscribe to me or donate to me on Twitch, and people that have been members of my Patreon for ages, right? And because the ad revenue's, what, $600 a month, which is a nice little thing, but it's not a full-time wage. So I just want to say a massive, I'm not going to cry. It's not going to happen today. I'm in a good mood. I'm feeling good on energy. I'm not going to cry saying thank you to people, because I always get one comment saying that I'm putting it on, which, if you knew anything about me, that's hilarious. But okay, so yeah, I just want to say thank you to all my Patreons for the last 4 years. Whether you just did it as a way of donate, because you can do it like sign up for a month, then immediately cancel, and you've just sort of almost given a donation. And even if you're just one of those people, or somebody that's just loads of, I've got people, I don't know, 20, 30 people that have given me $1 a month, which is not a large amount. You wouldn't even notice if that disappeared at your bank account. But they've been doing it for 4 years, and it all adds up. And it's just, I'm incredibly grateful. The moment I take any of this for granted is the moment I want you to all unsubscribe and block me from the internet and never fucking deal with me again, because as an avid watcher of YouTube myself, I see so many fucking people change as they do all right for themselves and become a bit of an arse. So even in the sort of Football Manager like area and stuff, and so I'm always sort of wary of that. And I just want to say a massive thank you. I will update the Patreon page a bit, but basically, if you don't know what Patreon is, because theoretically this is supposed to be the Patreon video, so I probably should have mentioned that nearer the start. Patreon is a way that you can give a monthly amount of money to your favourite creators. A lot of Patreons do, if you give a certain amount, you might get early access to videos, or you get exclusive access if you're like the highest tier of Patreon and stuff. And all great. That's the way Patreon works. Mine is very different. You get fuck all. You get a thank you, and you get a credit, and you'll get my eternal gratitude for the rest of fucking time. But I don't like giving... you probably heard me say this before, but I don't like giving extra access or extra stuff to people that give me money. If people want to give me money to help support what I want to do and what I do, then amazing. And I probably could get more money if I was to offer promises for different levels, but I just... like I've said before many times, my biggest supporter might be a 15-year-old kid that watches every video, sits through every fucking ad, that sits on my Twitch streams, he tweets out all my videos and stuff, and just because he hasn't got a bit of money, then he can't see any of my exclusive content. That just feels, for me personally, it feels a bit dickish. I understand why 99% of Patreon works that way, offer more stuff, get more money. It's just not how I'm built. It's the same reason I don't take any of the shitty little sponsorships on my... I get one a week easily. I've been offered Raid Shadow Legends 15 times, 20 times by at least 5 or 10 different companies, marketing companies, trying to get me to play Raid Shadow Legends, which is a money-grabbing, gambling, yucky, prey on the weak game, which I will never do. If I'm not holier than thou. If there's something I like and they offer me good money and it's something I actually... a product or service that I enjoy, I will 100% advertise it. All you guys keep telling me to advertise shit. I know this, but it's just the way I'm built. I can't sit here and go, guys, you've really got to use NordVPN. NordVPN is the best. You can get Netflix from American Netflix, and I've never used NordVPN. It's a VPN, there's probably loads. I don't know which one's the best, so I'm not going to try and pretend to you that I know which VPN is the best. I'm not even sure how needed a lot of VPNs are, the way they advertise. Anyway, see, I'm getting caught up. It's just, unless it's something really good. PG Tips came to me and said, look, do you want to do an ad for us? I'll be like, yeah, of course, because it's the best tea. Don't give me any of that shit about Yorkshire. Now, actually, Yorkshire tea, if you're northern, it's kind of like the law. It's kind of like, oh, we're northern, we have to drink So if you don't know, southerners, northerners don't actually like Yorkshire tea. It's just like they don't want to admit that it's... But, saying that, Tetley drinkers, they're the worst of the worst. It's like they can't make their mind up, so just go for some pissy little tea in the middle. Right, okay, moving on from that weird tangent. Yeah, so if you are so inclined and you are interested in helping me, this is not a guilt trip, like saying, hey, give me money and I will rescue the dogs. I hope it's not coming across that way. I like to keep everybody updated on what's going on in my life and the plans. And essentially, if I was giving money to someone, I'd like to know. It'd be nice to know where that was going, if that was going to a good thing. So I just want to let you know where that money is going to, not to make you feel guilty about doing it. I hope that's come across. But anyway, yeah, so if you are interested or want to help me, support me, the Patreon link's always in the link below, or you can come onto the Twitch channel and hang out or whatever, or just share the videos, like the videos, watch the ads. It all really, really helps. But my next video, or previous video, because I'm not sure which order I'm doing it, will be my plans for Football Manager and Twitch and YouTube going forward, and that's very excited. But I can't talk too much about it because you might have already seen it, because I haven't decided which order I'm putting them up in. So this has gone remarkably well, I think. I think you can all... It's been concise. I haven't deviated from the object of this video or just rambled on about random shit. Thank God I didn't go on a tea tangent. But this is always the way it happens. Yeah, I just want to say massive thank you to everybody that has supported me. Like, I know I've said it before, but when I left school at 16 and I've had all sorts of jobs. I was an accountant for 8 years, mortgage advisor. I sold house insurance. My first job was welding for £2 an hour. Tons of different jobs. Never known what I've done to do. And I think I was 38 when I uploaded my first YouTube video. And from that moment, it was like, oh, that's what I wanted to do. I really wish I'd found this out 10 years ago. I could have been PewDiePie. But hey, it's fine. It's fine. Right? So, and like I said, it physically wouldn't be possible to do this as a job without the extra benefits that you guys, whether it's, like I said, the Twitch stuff or the Patreon stuff, it just wouldn't be possible. So I want to thank you hugely for that. It's like, and I'm trying to work out if there was a better word for it, but it is just an honour. I feel honoured that some random dude, I'm just going to make up a random dude. If this is you, I apologise. A random dude let's call him Simon, and he's from Stevenage. Imagine if there was someone who was freaking the shit out right now. And he's just like, oh, that guy's fun. I watch his Football Manager videos, and I'm going to, oh, cool, he's doing this cool thing with the house, and I'm going to give him $5 a month. I don't have to, because I don't get anything for it. I just like his content and want to give that guy, because he sounds like a cool dude that wants to rescue dogs. And that is better than any other thing. That is just we talk a lot of shit about humans, and I agree, dogs are much better than humans. So are cats much better than humans. And generally speaking, humans are garbage on a whole. We are the worst creature that has probably ever lived. But there are some fucking amazing people, and I am very lucky enough that I have stumbled across, built, fashioned, lucked out in building this amazing community of like-minded people. We have a link to my Discord in the description if you don't use Discord or don't know what it is. It's basically like sort of forums, but with a live chat speak and a live text chat, and really, really good, piss easy to use, completely free. Get it? We have our own Discord server. We have a voice chat group, like people hanging out all the time, playing random games together. If you want to play a network game of Football Manager, jump on the voice chat, say hello, get involved. Our little community, and it's probably due to my advancing years and the fact it's Football Manager, so it's like an older game, that we have a wide range of gaming ages. Like, we have some guys that are like in their sort of early 20s and stuff, but we have plenty of oldies like me that hang out and everything in between. So if you are at all interested, you don't even have to post there very much. Just say hello in the little hello section. Ask any questions. Everybody's incredibly friendly and helpful. If you want to learn about Patreon or more, just get involved in it, because it's my favourite thing. Popping in there and just jumping in the voice chat of an evening, and there's 10 people in there. 2 of them are playing Football Manager. I think Back for Blood they were playing, watching the Champions League, hanging out. Fucking best thing. It's great. Right, I've done waffling in this minute video. Thank you very much again, wholeheartedly, on behalf of me and Emma, because you know what you're able to provide me is going to help both of our goals and stuff. And I will never take it for granted. I'm very excited for the new Football Manager and a secret YouTube series. You have to watch that video to find out. It's not even Football Manager. It's not even Motorsport Manager. It might probably be the other game that I've played. I've kind of counted out the 2. Doesn't matter. Right. Thank you very much for watching. I love you all very much. Hope you have a fantastic year and all your dreams come true. And again, I always want to preface this because I know people feel bad. If you need to cancel your Patreon, you don't have to send me a message apologising, because that just makes me feel so much worse, right? I know you feel bad for cancelling, but when you send me a message saying you feel bad for just not giving me free money, I feel fucking awful, like I shouldn't be doing it in the first place. So yeah, feel free to cancel if you can't afford it, drop it down, whatever. If you just want to do a one-off donation, that is all good. You are, whatever you can give is brilliant. Thank you very much for watching my Patreon video. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.